This is a sample C++ application which I got created using ChatGPT. I asked set of questions for creating an SDL sample, which uh, displays which loads a particular font and displays the image in that particular font. So SDL, if you don't know, is a graphics library in C++. So this is the main.cpp. This one, you can see it is using these two, sdl.h and sdl_tdf.h, and in the cmake.list it is doing the build. In local environment it builds properly. It requires sdl and sdl2 and sdl_ttf to be installed also. So same thing we will do in the cloud and in Google Cloud. So we are building an automation around this build, and for that we have this cloudbuild.yaml. This will be used by Google Cloud. So you can see it takes an Ubuntu latest image, and then on that it installs these things. So first it updates, then install cmake, g++, libsdl2 dev, libsdl_ttf dev, then it does the build using cmake dot and cmake -- build dot. So let me show you in the Google Cloud side. So in Google Cloud I have CloudBuild open, and in repositories second gen I will say link repository. It asks me to create host connection first, so let me do that. Create a host connection. Region I will choose US Central 1. Name, let me name it build 1. Connect, and here I have chosen GitHub. You can even pick GitHub Enterprise or GitLab. Confirm. Okay, in that case I got a drop down, but you may need to click on the other button, create new installation. In my case that was already there. Okay, it's enabled. Now I need to link a repository, so I can click on this one now, link repository. Okay, the repository that I showed, this one I had previously authenticated here, that's why it is already showing as a drop down option. But if you are doing it first time, it will ask you to authenticate in GitHub. You will be required to enter your GitHub credential and click on some confirm button that you are authorizing it for some of the accesses. Since it is already done for me, I'm getting this directly here. I need to click it. Okay, generated. Okay, I will leave everything as it is. Link. What will happen every time I do a commit in this repository, there will be a build triggered. Okay, it's linked. Now if we go to trigger, currently we don't have, so we need to create trigger using this. Name it trigger 1. Region I'm leaving it same. Now it asks which event you want to trigger this event on: push to a branch, push new tag, pull request. So I'm keeping it push to a branch. That will basically commit and push. Then in response to, okay, this is either or, so either these options or this one. So I'm taking this one, so this is not required. Source is second generation. Repository, this is the only option that we are seeing. Branch is main. A configuration file, you can even have Docker file, build packs, but in this case we are using YAML, so I'm picking this one. Location repository. So the cloudbuild.yaml that I showed in the repository, this one, you can even have it here. You can choose inline and directly paste the content here, so no need to have it in your repository. But in this case I'm keeping it there, and the name is also this one. You can even have a custom name, but you need to provide it here. Next, everything you can leave as it is, just create it. Okay, so it got created. There is a manual run button also. I can click on run and it will trigger a build. So if you go to history as of now, these are old builds that I had previously. These all were run on 3rd October. Okay, it's 4th. Okay, so we haven't anything run today. So let me trigger first manually and then show you how we can do it with automation also. We'll go to triggers. I'll hit the run button. The history tab, you can see now there is one new trigger created for 4th October. These for these history, the trigger was deleted, that's why it says trigger name unknown. This is the one we just created, trigger 1. If we click on this one, we can see the logs. So as of now it is installing all the dependencies, Python 3, these were all the same steps from these apt get installs and apt update. So if you have a regular Ubuntu installation and if you do these two steps, you'll get similar logs there also. Now it is building the application and it is done. So it created this executable sdl2 ttf example. Now this file is within that Ubuntu image that we had provided, so we don't have a way to retrieve it as of now. We can only just confirm that every time we are doing a commit, it is getting built properly or not. So we'll show you one step where we can retrieve that file also. If I go to this one, and now let me do show you how we can trigger it by doing a commit. So if I edit this file, let me just add one comment. So just update this existing. Commit changes. Okay, so it is getting committed. Now if you go back, let me refresh. Yeah, now it got another trigger, and this one is automatically got triggered because of the commit. While it runs, let me show you how we can retrieve that executable. So if I go to here, you can see I have added one file uploader. This is a Node.js application which has two APIs. If I open this, so there is a get API and there is a upload API. So we can call the API in this. We can call the API in this. Yeah, so we can call the API in this function, this upload one, to upload a file, and then from some another server we can call the get API to get it back. So what we will do is at the end of all the steps in the cloudbuild.yaml, we'll hit this upload API with that executable that got generated in that image. So we will be pushing that image. So let me create one instance and show you that. So we'll do a create instance. We'll pick smaller configurations. Let's say same region we'll take, but it will have a public IP, so it doesn't matter. But let's say for low latency, we'll keep the same region. General purpose E2. We don't need this much of CPU and RAM. We'll pick the lowest one, 1 GB. It is just calling an API, and it will just run a basic Node.js application where we are just uploading a file. Standard, yeah, we can leave it standard spot and make it crashed. Everything else we can leave same. We have to allow port 3000 to be accessible from outside, so that will do in the firewall rules. Let me create this one first, or let me add a tag that will use networking network tag. Let's say port 3000. Now I create a port 3000 tag in the firewall rules that will allow 3000 port. Let me create this, and here our instance has got created. We'll do the SSH to it first, and then we'll set up the application, and then we'll create the firewall rule for port 3000. So we'll take the repo URL, I'll do a git clone, okay. Git is not installed, so I need to install git first. 1 second, let me do that. I will use these two, sudo apt update and apt install git. Okay, now it's cloned. We have our Node.js in the file uploader. cd. Now the next issue is we don't have Node.js to run it. If I do a node command not found, so we have to install node first. Let me see, sudo get okay. Let me try again. Okay, now it is running. Okay, so let me stop this, or let me first show you that it's not accessible from outside currently. If we take this IP, into a port 3000, let me do a curl actually. because this is my local instance where I will be doing the curl from to just the upload and get. Later we'll use the same command in the cloudbuild.yaml to do it from the build server. So let me first take all the information in one place in notepad. So this is our IP, and I'll take the curl command from here. This is for the upload. This is for the download. We'll replace the localhost with this one. We need to do one more change. We need to replace these file names with the actual name. So if I go to cloud build history, this was our second trigger. At the end of the log, we can see the executable that is getting created, sdl2 ttf example. If I copy this one, you can replace all these file names with that one. So let me first test this one, because it is not reachable, so we'll get some error. If I go to my terminal and run this curl, one second, if I have any file, okay, let's say I have a server.js file. Let me try with that. Let me do the upload. Just replace this one with server.js. So we'll see a timeout because the firewall is preventing access from port 3000. I'll pause the video and I will show you the error once it comes. This is timed out after this many milliseconds. Connection timed out. So before that, let me keep running this SSH instance. I'll just run this application in background and stop this. So I'll do and. You can add an and in the end and it runs in the background. So now even if I stop this instance, this application will keep on running. You can close this tab and go to, so let's say create firewall policy. We'll name it as port 3000 here also. Continue. You can make it regional also, because in the particular region. Continue. Okay, I think I created wrong one. It was firewall policy. Let me create firewall rule. So here we'll name it same for recognizing it. Logs off, that is okay. Default it is allow tags. Now here we'll add the tag port 3000. This will target all the resources having this tag, like the one the compute instance that we have created. Source IP range, this one will give 0.0.0/0. So any IPs will be the source, because in our case we are creating an image and it is from that image we'll be actually calling it, so we don't know the IP for that one. Specified port TCP port 3000. Create. Okay, so this got created. Now let me test that API again. So see, file uploaded successfully. Now we are able to hit that server, and if I try to get that same file, so we already have a server.js here. So let me move to a new folder, mkdir new. So here we don't have that file, and let me call that get API. We'll just replace this file with server.js. So now both the APIs are working. We are able to upload as well as get back the file from that server. So what I will do, I'll go to cloudbuild, this repo, go to its cloudbuild.yaml. I'll make a temporary modification, and here I will add this curl command. So when the executable is created, it will upload it to that server. This has the IP of the instance, everything is there. This is the executable name, and we'll commit changes. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so now we are able to see that line. And if I go to cloud build history, now we have one more build that is triggered. We'll check its log. Currently it is installing everything. Okay, looks like the curl command failed. Even curl is not there in that Ubuntu instance. So let's check. I think we'll just apt get install curl. So still let me verify. Apt install curl. Okay, so we'll do one more commit and this will trigger one more build. and it has already triggered this new build. This was our last failed build. Okay, this time it failed to connect to this IP and this port. So looks like there is some rules we need to set up for the container as well. That container is not able to communicate with any external IP, so it's not able to push it. Connection is getting refused. So, yeah, maybe I will stop this video here, and in the next video I'll try to share a solution how to overcome this one. For now it will be just a build step thing. I'll just remove this line so that it just does the build. Installation, it is still not ready yet. What I can do try, however, is since this is within Google's VPC, so I can try to use this internal IP. So you can see I will replace this public IP with the internal IP. And let me try with this one. We have one more build triggered. Okay, looks like this time the upload worked. So let me try to, maybe it is timing out because this has run but we are not getting a response. Build is still running, so probably it will time out. It hasn't uploaded it. Last time, since it doesn't have public internet access, it was rejected from this build server instance itself, but now it looks like this is getting rejected from maybe the compute instance. If I just do a get for this one, it will not work without this being complete. Looks like the application instance has stopped. Its connection refused. Let me SSH to it again. Looks like it is no longer running. Let me rerun it. See this got error, timed out. So let me re-trigger it if it runs once, otherwise I will have to share something in a new video. This time we have our instance also running, so if any error occurs, we'll be able to see a log. Yeah, looks like it's not able to. Okay, we'll stop this video here. We'll share a solution in the next video.